A few months ago, this room was an absolute disaster. But today, it looks like this. This story is how I transformed an empty room into my dream gaming setup. So I kicked off the room transformation by sealing the huge hole in the wall that had been ruining the room for so long. It was the first major step toward turning this place into my dream setup. Next, I carefully painted around the edges of the wall, taking my time to make every line as clean as possible. Then came the hardest part, painting the walls themselves. The problem was I had absolutely no experience. The results were far from perfect, and honestly, it looked pretty bad at first, but every mistake was part of the journey. After that, I replaced all the ceiling with the modern design, future and stunning LED lighting, and also upgraded the window into an electronic opening and closing system. And just like that, the first stage of room makeover, the walls painting, was finally complete. When the walls finally finished, it was time to bring the bed frame. It was a lot of heavier than I expected, but getting into the room was another big step toward the dream setup. Next, I carried in the men's section of the bed and carefully put everything into position so I could finally start assembling it. Then came the mattress. And trust me, it was insanely heavy. Carrying it felt like it was about to break my back. But somehow I managed to get it into the plane. Finally, I bought the pillow. During the process, I almost dropped them right into my phone and nearly broken it. But once everything was in place, the results were absolutely incredible. With the bed finally finished, it was time to move on the setup section. I found this drawer at IKEA for a really good price, and it was actually what I was looking for. I also picked up a 42-inch monitor and mounted it on a 180-degree swivel stand, which lets me adjust the screen to any angle I want. So this corner was designed to become my PlayStation area. For now, it's powered by my PlayStation 4, which still delivers an amazing gaming experience even today. And I also got a controller which it's stand that I found actually really cool. Now it's finally time to build the gaming setup. To decorate the walls, I installed these awesome 3D wall panels that I found on Temu. They looked even better than I expected. Next, I had an LED strip around the edges of the 3D panels, but I had an even better idea. I still had almost 20 meters of LED lights left, so I decided to install them all behind the desk to create an incredible glow. And just look how amazing this turned out. The lighting completely transformed the room and made the setup look clean, modern, and absolutely stunning. Then I had a crazy idea. What if I covered the LED strips with cotton to make them look like glowing clouds? I decided to give it a try, and the results completely exceeded my expectations. It looks absolutely incredible and gave the entire setup a unique cinematic atmosphere. Now it's time for my favorite part, the gaming peripherals, gadgets, and all the tech that will finally bring this setup to life. For the first, I placed my mousepad, which is 90 by 40 centimeters that I found actually on Shein. Then my 24-inch monitor. I was trying to hide all the cables from behind. Then I got this digital clock that looks really good on my setup. Also, that headset stand looks actually amazing. I got my wireless mouse. I also got my 60% keyboard. I brought my computer, but I found all the stands were broken. That's actually useless. Also, I found this lighting bar from Shein that cost me only $20. It has 3 modes and 3 light levels. I also bought this cloud to give me comfort while playing games. I had this fake plant to give some life to the setup. So that's how my setup looks for now. Cause I will add my second PlayStation 4 in this roof with this LED lighting. This light is placed in the top of the roof. I add this basket and that's how it looks. The setup was looking better than ever, but this corner of the room still felt empty. It needed something to make it stand out, so I bought this amazing wavy mirror and it instantly gave the room a much more modern look. Then I found this small rug on Temu for just few dollars and it fits the space perfectly. After that, I built these floating shelves myself at home. I was really happy with how they turned out. I decorated them with my old keyboards, my manga collection, a small plant, and right in the center my PSP. Just look at this. Wow, this corner looks absolutely incredible. And to make everything even better, I installed LED lights underneath the shelves beside the monitor, next the TV, and behind the TV to create a beautiful ambient glow. Finally, I added my neon sign, which brought even more personality to the room, and I placed a plant behind the mirror to hide the visible cables. Behind the TV, actually, to hide the visible cables to look clean and organized.